Good morning, one and all. Welcome to my channel. I am Kathy, the Scrap and Crafty Gardener, and today we're going to be making an Easter card. As I got the Spellbinder card kit of the month, or not the card kit, I wish I had, they still were doing the card kit, but I've got the large die of the month for February. It's the Floral Bunny Basket. I only subscribe to this every once in a blue moon when I see a design that I want, and this bunny basket is just so adorable. This is meant for an A2 size card, but for the size of this, you could do this on a 5x7 card quite easily because it would be large enough. However, I am going to put it on a 5x7 card, but I'm going to put it horizontal, so I'm going to shorten the handle, as if you can tell from my hands. But this die has everything you need, and to save time, I have already cut out all of the pieces that I need. But this is what we're going to be doing today, only I'm going to be doing some different colors. I'm going to be using a lot of alcohol ink markers, and the only actual ink I'm using today is this Adirondack Earthtones in the color Espresso. But then I've got a whole selection of alcohol ink markers. You could use alcohol ink markers, you could use your die pads, stamp pads, you could use Crayola markers, colored pencils, watercolors, whatever you want to make this card with. And I didn't have a die that I wanted, so I had my Cricut cut out this little scallop circle with a smaller scallop circle inside, and I had it write Happy Easter on it. And so we'll set that aside and move these over here. I also brought all of my sequins because I know I'm going to bling it up with some sort of sequin, but I'm not sure which one yet. Now for this card, it's going to be another 5x7 card, so you need to cut your cardstock at 10 inches by 7 inches, score it with your scoring board at 5 inches, fold it in half, crease it with your bone folder, or even a scissor handle, anything solid that will give you a nice crease. I'm going to be using this purple polka dotted pattern paper. I think I got this from Pat Catan's when they were going out of business, so it's been a few years. This measures 4 5/16 by 6 5/16. And I just used a little piece of scrap of that same paper for the background of this die that I had the Cricut cut for me. And then the only other piece we're using is the white inside. This measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And I'm going to be embossing that with this Cuttlebug embossing folder. It's beautiful little flowers, and I thought that would make a pretty background. There's no name of the die on here, and there's no date, but this is quite old. I'm going to guess at least 10 years old, but you could use any embossing folder that you wanted. And to save time, I already embossed that with the little flowers. Okay, so let's get started. And I did die cut out all the pieces I need. Now the basket, I actually cut out in browns. As you see on the die, there is a solid piece and then the embossed edging. And that's the edging. This piece makes that, but you need the outer die to cut it out. And since I didn't want white showing through my basket, I used this outer die to cut another piece of a lighter brown, and I'm going to put that on there. And I cut out the handle, but I shortened it, so we're going to have a very short basket instead of a tall basket. All right, so let's get started. First thing I do is I'll just glue the backings together on these cards so that I can have them drying and in place while we color. And these are just going to go down flat, and I'm using my Tombow multi-glue, but you can use anything out there that you want. Tape runners. You could even pop this up a little bit if you wanted to. You could use double-sided sticky tape. You don't have to buy any particular glue. Just use what you have in stock. And then I'm just going to pop this down. Make sure that looks fairly centered. Yep, there we go. It's one reason I use the liquid glue. I still have a little bit of time to finagle it around and make it look straight. And I want to put my stamping block on that just to hold it down while it dries. Okay, let's start coloring and assembling our basket and bunny. Let's put these. All right. Assembling the basket's easy. Just going to put some glue on the back here. And this is the first time I've played with this die since I just got it the other day. I've not made anything with it. These are my first cuttings. So we're gonna see together if I make this work or not. And then this little piece goes on the top here, making like a little brim, but I want to darken that up a little bit. So this is, I'm going to use my Adirondack Espresso. Just wanted to make it darker, but I didn't have a dark enough paper. I could have cut it out of white like I did the other pieces, but this just gives it a little edge. And then I'm also going to use the espresso just to kind of shade the side of the basket. Just the sides. That'll make it have the appearance of it being rounded. There, that's all I'm doing for that. And I also wanted to darken the handle up because I think, let me see, will that look nice with the dark? Yes, it will look nice with the darker handle. So let's just make that dark. I hope I'm staying on camera here for you. My camera's above me and I can't see the screen. So I apologize if I go off camera every once in a while. All right, and we're done with the ink. That's all I'm using that stamp pad for. Now I'm going to glue this down. I think it goes this way. Yeah, that's the way it goes. So we're just going to glue that down. Just so. Yeah, adding that into the side definitely helped. Now I'm just going to glue the basket. That's as tall as I want my basket to be, because this is how it will fit on the card. Just like that. But this is going to be popped up. So I'm going to take I'm just going to use these pop-up dots. These are more like a 1/4 inch, whereas my foam tape is very narrow, but I want to be able to put things in behind this basket. So I want to leave the center open, and I'm going to use a few of these. There, I think that will, let's see how that does. But then I'm going to glue the handle down flat, but that'll give me, we won't put this on yet until I get the other creatures made. Oh, good, and I didn't get ink on the back of that. Maybe we should turn that over. Okay, now we get to color. And I'm going to do the leaves first. I made a few more greenery pieces. I'm not sure if I will use them, but I wanted to have them just in case. And I went ahead and I made a cheat sheet of my alcohol inks. So for the leaves, I'm going to use these are my Oh Hoo Hoo art markers. G287 Apple Green. This is, I'm just coloring like this. And I'm not worried about doing the stem because that's going to be hidden behind the basket. I've got one here. Okay, I'll set that one aside as I use them. And now for the accents on the leaves, I'm going to use G345 Deep Olive Green. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the edge. Maybe a little bit here, or just kind of making it look random. And it may not look right. Excuse me, I inhaled the alcohol ink a little too well. And just on that side. And it's okay that it smooths in. They kind of remind me of hosta leaves. I know they're not supposed to be hosta leaves, but you know how hostas have the different shadings of the green and brown? Okay, a little bit more here, I think. And just a smidge right there. I don't want it to look perfect. I want them to look like they might look on my houseplant. Okay, now we'll set these aside. Now I'll color my carrots. Oh, I had another piece of greenery here. Let me get that done. I said I don't know if I'll use all this green. I might. We'll see what looks best in the basket. Okay, now for the carrot, I'm doing YR792, which is orange. I cut out 2 carrots. You get a die for 1 carrot, but I cut out 2. I'm just making them bright orange. And now for accents, and I think I'm just going to do like one side. YR892 French Vermillion. And I'm just going to see what this looks like here. Not so sure about that, but it doesn't look horrible. And I will do the other side of this one. And I think I might want to take a little bit, whatever I have left on my espresso, and I'm just going to tone down the brightness here a little bit. Yeah, that looks more like a carrot. Okay, now my bunny feet. Now the bunny feet comes with the top part that's cut out. And then you've got the part that gets filled in. And this bunny is going to have the pink paws. So I'm going to use R293 Pastel Rose for the inside feet. The inside portions of the feet, not the inside feet. And now this is going to be weird, but for the accents on the bunny, since he's just plain white, I'm going to use BG041 Cool Gray. And let me just do a little bit here because I did not practice this, but I thought adding a little bit of gray, you know, we're just going to make him a gray bunny. It'll look better. I thought of just accenting him, but this is going to be a gray bunny. doesn't have to be a white bunny. It could be a brown bunny, a black bunny. They come in all different colors. And I'll save that gray because the bunny. But I'm going to glue the feet together while we're here. Oh, I want to use my art glitter glue for that. And a gray bunny will go a little bit better with the pastel purple of the background. Get that. All right. I've been trying to play with my coloring to make highlights and shadows. I'm not anywhere near perfect yet, but I'm trying. So that's, get out there and have fun. Now the bunny, I am going to color it with the gray also, since he's a brown bunny, or a gray bunny now. But I'm going to leave his tail white. Okay, and his ears. Now, the tail I'm going to leave white, but I'm going to accent that with some glitter later. So we can glue that down now. If you can see on this die cut, it has circles where the feet go and a circle where the butt goes. So it makes it real easy to put this together. I think I better use my tweezers because my fingers are all inked up now. So the tail will go there. One foot goes there and the other foot goes there. And we're going to set him aside. I think I'll get out a new piece of coloring paper here. I was given several reams of copy paper that had been water damaged and won't go through printers anymore. So I am using it for my coloring. And anything that I need, scrap paper to put down on my desk. Waste not, want not. Okay, now the greenery. Let's do that. And I think I'll do the greenery stems in the darker color. I was kind of debating using a lighter color, but I think I will just color them all dark. Just to give a little contrast to those bright green leaves, and well, not bright green, but a lighter color green. And I don't really have to color the whole thing because since I shortened the basket, these will all not fit inside. Okay, so the greenery is done. Now for flowers, I've chosen 2 different colors for the flowers. Get back here, little bunny. That is just so cute, that rabbit. For the flowers, I am going to be using purple and kind of a pinky purple. We'll start with the pink first. They have 2 different flowers. Let's see, I need to look at, okay. So the dark, you've got one that goes there and one that goes there. But let me look at the picture here. Yep, that's how it looks. They crisscross like that. Or should they go that way? I like it better that way. So for the light color, I am using RV910 Light Hot Pink. And for the darker pink, I'm using RV288 Mineral Violet. And you have to play with these colors with the paper you're using. Because sometimes this color will look one way on one brand of paper, and then it'll have a totally different color on another brand of paper. So that's for the light pink. And now for the darker pink. I got these Ohuhu markers for myself for Christmas. I got them on Black Friday. I do have this Spectrum Noir alcohol ink markers, but there's only a few colors, and I gifted myself with a 350 color set of these, and I have not regretted that purchase at all. Now for the purple flower, I'm glad I wrote these down because I would have forgotten. I'm using V287 Purple Mallow and V366 Potato Purple. I don't know how they come up with the colors here. So for the lighter color, and the more you go over it, it will go from a very pale to a darker. And I wanted to get the darker hue to it. And these markers have both the nice fine point tip or the brush tip. And the brush tip works great when you're doing large areas like this. I guess this is a chisel tip. I think I need to go over that just a couple more times to make it a smidge darker. Okay, let's see. Oh, I got the carrot tops. I forgot about those. The carrot tops are this green, G458 Hunter Green. These go on the top of the carrots. Oh, there's a little piece of scratch paper there. When you first put it on, it looks blue, but I guess it's like a dark, very dark turquoise, but once it's on and it dries, it's a nice dark green. And so we're just going to glue the tops on the carrots. Oh, I forgot to close. There we go. See, I forgot to close the lid on my bottle, which I have got to stop doing. Okay, tweezers. You don't need to use any special tweezers. These I got on Amazon is from a kit that also had the tools that you use for the Cricut, the pointed curved ends. Oh, I missed a piece of color there. But you can just use some eyebrow tweezers. They work just as great. I like the nice pointed sharp tip. Okay, there's my carrots. Now, the only thing left to color are these little bluebells. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I cut more, just in case I messed one of them up. 3, 4, whoops, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, and for those, I had picked 2 different colors. I still haven't quite decided. I think I want to go with this B683. I had this darker blue, but I think I want to go with the brighter blue. So we're using B683 Process Blue. And I'll color one. If I don't like it, I'll get the other. Let's see if I like that color with the purples and the pinks. Yes, we'll use this color. Don't think about it too much, just do it. As I said, it's just paper, just a little bit of time. So if you mess it up, you can start over. or use that as an opportunity to create something different. It's like, it could be a happy accident. Did Bob Ross used to say that? I know he used to do the little happy trees and the happy houses, but I don't know if he did the happy accent or not. Accident. Am I showing my age with that one? I used to watch all his painting shows on PBS. I was enthralled. I couldn't paint. I cannot paint for the life of me. I mean, I can do this, but if you want me to draw a person, it's a stick figure. Okay, and the bluebells are done. Now we'll just quickly glue these onto these stems. And then we'll glue the tulip parts together, and then we can start assembling our card. And I think that will be just in time because I have the gas meter reader guy scheduled to come. And my luck, he's going to ring that doorbell anytime, even though he's not supposed to be here for another 45 minutes. But you know, they do them, and you do you. Oops, I missed a spot of blue. Kind of hard to see on the white paper whether you've colored all the spots when you're using white paper to color on. And there's another spot. I usually forget the little tips here. Better keep that marker handy. There, and that's what our blue, oh, there's a little blue on there. Good thing I kept that marker handy. I guess you could leave it because it's just a now let's get these ones on. You could do these in different colors. And there's another spot of blue. Just do that one more, just in case. Okay, and those are done. Now we'll put the tulips together and then start putting our card together. You could put this on either side, but I'm liking this on the right. Maybe I'll do the purple one on the left. Let's see. Just like that. Okay, we'll do the purple one on the left. You wouldn't even have to ink color these. If they would be pretty if you had a patterned paper, or just use your stamp colors. Now these go on top of these long green stems. Just like that. Okay, now let me quickly use the wet wipe here before I touch my white card. We'll put this on for now. I don't care if they're stained, I just don't want to have any active inks going that I might ruin my card with. Okay, let's move this aside. While I'm going, I'm just going to glue down this Happy Easter sentiment. All right, let's move this up here. Now for our basket, let's see where we want the flowers and the greenery. Fill it in. Yeah. guess I should have these sticking up a little bit and have the smaller pieces down to the side. Yeah, I'm glad I cut extra. You could just do a greenery in here if you wanted to make a card for someone who loved gardening. I say getting different leaves and putting them in here would make a beautiful floral arrangement. So you don't have to do this for Easter. I think I want to put this leaf on top of the bells. Yeah, the same over here. Kind of like that. And then our tulips. Let's see, tulip up here. Excuse me. Ever since I had COVID this last time, I just can't get rid of this cough. I don't want those bluebells to show. And a carrot. All right, you know what? Let me just get the greenery down. We're going to put the basket down. Start getting into my head, and I don't want to do that. We're going to put the basket and the bunny down and then go from there. Okay, now for the handle, I want to glue the handle down starting about here. Because the handle will be flat. And I'm going to take a pop-up dot or two and put on the sentiment, which I want to be about here. Yeah, right about there. Nope, right in the middle. Right there. Okay, where's Mr. Bunny? He's just gonna, I need to pop up behind him. And then glue the feet down flat. But let's see, I better put some greenery in first. We're going for it. I'm only gonna glue like the bottom portion. This is gonna come over here and come out of the basket. We'll do the same over here. By only gluing the bottom portion, this top part will stay up. Ooh. And I'm going to trim that off a little bit so that it fits on the card better. We don't need that much. There. Okay. Let's do that one right there. I'm just going for it. Okay. I've got another. I'm trying to not to make them too even, but my mind's going 2 over here, 2 over there. Now we'll put the bluebells in and then tuck the other greenery. Now for the bluebells, I am going to go almost to the top of the stem, but not all the way. And I'm just not putting it on the flowers. And I think I need to cut this stem down. Because I want the bluebell hanging out the basket over here. Even though the bunny, I'm going to put the bunny kind of in the middle, I think. And I'll cut also this. Just, if you get this die, I see so many possibilities, as I was saying, especially for like floral arrangements. Doing this in grays and blues, I could see sympathy cards. Fill the basket with fall, like pumpkins, all sorts of things. And the carrot, I'm going to put everything except the greenery with the glue. And we're going to put the bell, yeah, just like that. And only this carrot's going to be sticking up further. Kind of like half hanging out of the basket. And let's see. Yeah. Tulip, I'm gluing all the way down. Pink tulip. Yeah, pink tulip. Okay, I think might just use one piece of this little greenery, but I want to cut it almost all the way down. So this one I will glue 100% down. Yeah, I'm not even going to use this piece. But now we get to put the bunny together. Now the ears are going to be glued to the back of the bunny. Kind of like there on each side of his tail. Come on. Just like that. Let me grab my Wink of Stella because I want to glitz up this bunny's tail. I'm just using the clear Wink of Stella. And I might even put that on the center of his paws too. Yeah, because our little bunny's just going to shine. And I don't know if you can see that now, how it just made it a little bit glistening. And he's going to sit right in here. There's a little notch here, and that's when he slides under the basket. So I'm going to put glue on his feet. And we'll take off the pop-up dot covering. Slide him down into the basket. And there's our bunny. All right, let's see. I think I need some different colors here. Blue to match the bluebells? Probably not. That's one option with blue on it. Or since we're going with purple, I've got these purple. Whoops, getting them all over. Purple. Purple. Okay, yeah, purple's better. If it won't come off my finger here, get my wax pencil here, and I'm going to put one here, and and one over here. Okay, what else do we need? I think that's it. My mind's saying stop before I ruin it. Well, that's it. I hope if you get this die, you have as much fun using it as I think I'm going to be using it a lot. I'm going to put pumpkins in there and all sorts of things. But that is it. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And good night, all.